No,
No.
not 50-50. One, Beterbiev at 38 years.
Are you going to win a points decision over a man that can go out flat out pace for 12 rounds? I don't think so. So I think your option is to knock him spark out. Get out there, flat out them doors, boom, swinging like mad, and get him sparked because he's a big puncher.
No, not peep one. Better be 38 years old. Nothing excites us more than a fight that promises not just action, but the chance to reshape boxing history. Are you going to win a points decision over a man that can go out flat out pace for 12 rounds? I don't think so. So I think your option is to knock him back out. Get out there flat out them doors, boom, swinging like mad. And get him sparked because he's a big buncher. Some fights have the power to shake up an entire division or redefine a fighter's career, and Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol is one of those fights. But as this showdown approaches, the message from boxing legends is clear. BBV, this might be your first loss. I think if it goes to the scorecards, BV wins, but you know Beterbiev is such a dangerous fighter, so as long as he doesn't get clipped and gets in trouble, then I think Alexander Usyk has been the one voice that's confident of Bivol's superiority in the potential flash. With bearer Usyk's own understanding of what it takes to win at the highest level comes from experience both as a former undisputed cruiserweight champion and the reigning heavyweight king. I guess Bivol, he has good legs, good movement. I watched the fight with Canelo Alvarez, good boxing, defending counterpunch and combos. Usyk said briefly, summing up what makes Bivol so dangerous in this matchup. Look at him, oh my B, and Canal wants more of it. Usyk's observations are not just surface level compliments. When he talks about Bivol's good legs, he's pointing to the very asset that could keep Beterbiev a wrecking ball of destruction at bay. Bivol's footwork could be the key in a battle where BBV will have to close the distance to unleash his terrifying power. Usyk knows the art of hitting without getting hit, something Bivol has shown consistently, most notably in his commanding victory over Canelo Alvarez and Ed. Fight 4 bells do the best light heavyweight, with two different completely against Canelo. Bivol didn't just outpoint the Mexican superstar, he neutralized his offense entirely, making him look sluggish and predictable. If Bivol could do that to one of the sport's most versatile fighters, imagine what he could do to the more one-dimensional BBV. And his final words held the message: Biv's path to victory is narrow and treacherous. But it's not only Usyk with this take. Robert Garcia, a world-class trainer who has seen countless fighters rise and fall through the years, sees the same thing. According to Garcia, Bivol's biggest weapon isn't his power or even his speed, it's his ability to control distance, live on the zone. Look at that sensational Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol for all the belts at 175 libs. Bivol is one of those guys who is hard to beat because he keeps you on the outside. Like if you're fencing, he's really good at it, said Garcia, likening Biv's ringcraft to the precision and distance management of a skilled fencer in the context of a Bivol BBV fight. This is an essential observation. BBV, known for his raw aggression and suffocating pressure, needs to get up close to his opponent to land those fight-ending shots. But as Garcia points out, Bivol excels at preventing exactly that, keeping opponents at the end of his jab, circling out of danger, and never allowing them to plant their feet are all critical tools in Biv's arsenal. Garcia continues, offering the harsh truth about Biv's limitations. In this fight you have to, and I don't know if BBV is the one. He's got to rush him. That's the only way he can beat him, rush him and hurt him bad. And that's the million-dollar question. Can Beterbiev, a fighter who is methodical in his destruction, adapt to the frenetic pace required to trap Bivol? Bivol won't just stand there and trade shots. He's going to make Beterbiev chase him, drain his energy, and exploit every defensive lapse. In other words, Garcia is skeptical that Beterbiev can execute the game plan necessary to break through Bivol's seemingly impenetrable wall of skill. But BBV doesn't fight like that either. Garcia added, casting further doubt. And that's the main part of it. Beterbiev's methodical approach may spell disaster against the mover like Bivol. Garcia's verdict: I pick Bivol to become undisputed. And it only gets more interesting from here, especially with Canelo's perspective in their fight. Bivol outclassed Canelo, securing a unanimous decision victory and defending his WBA world title. This defeat marked only the second time in Canelo's illustrious career that he was beaten, the first being to Floyd Mayweather. Is there one person that comes to mind? The Ball, maybe just to get the rematch. The Ball, maybe Bees is one of the guys I have my mind rematch. Now, Two to like I say, he wins the 175 undisputed. Do you think he does? I think so. He got the ability to do it, but very, really strong fighter appearing on the Pound for Pound podcast. Alvarez was asked to share his prediction for the highly anticipated Bivol fight. He didn't hesitate to give a clear assessment of the potential outcome. I think if Bivol has the condition and good game plan to go there in and out and do all these things, I think he wins. Canelo stated, pointing to Biv's speed, movement, and tactical expertise. In his view, Biv's ability to control the distance and stay mobile will be key factors in neutralizing Beterbiev relentless pressure. However, Canelo didn't shy away from acknowledging the danger that Bivol poses. But if he goes a little bit in the corner or on the ropes, it's going to be hard for him, because Bivol is a very hard fighter. He added, Alvarez's warning is clear. Bivol cannot afford to get pinned down by Bev's vicious power. If Bivol lets Bev trap him on the ropes, the fight could quickly turn into a nightmare for the undefeated Russian. Canelo also touched on the possibility of returning to the light heavyweight division, specifically for a rematch with Bivol. Yeah, it's possible. One day, the only fight I make one more time at 175 is the rematch with Bivol. It's the only fight that will happen. Alvarez said his desire for a rematch shows just how much the loss to Bivol lingers, making it a potential motivator for a future clash in the division. David Benavidez, the WBC mandatory and interim champion, also weighed in on the upcoming clash between two undefeated light heavyweight titans, and Benavidez is giving Bivol the slight edge, though he acknowledges how close the match could be. All great boxer, and he has punching power, and then a little bit older. I think his body's breaking down a little bit. He works really hard. I don't take nothing away from him, but he does a lot of weights, and in boxing, when you do too much play like that, that's when you start to break down. More so, in a recent interview, Benavidez expressed his thoughts on the fight, calling it a 50-50 fight, but ultimately siding with Ball's skill set. I think Bivol has a slight edge. Ed Benavidez said his perspective reflects the growing sentiment that Ball's technical ability, footwork, and precision could outmaneuver Biv's brute force. Ball's patient and calculated style has been on full display, especially in his victory over Canelo Alvarez in 2022, where his control of distance and movement overwhelmed one of boxing's best pound-for-pound fighters. That performance cemented Bivol as a formidable force, and it's why fighters like Benavidez see him as a serious threat to Bev's perfect knockout streak fighter. But both fighters are very skilled. Bev, he's very accurate with his punches. He hits you where he wants to, but I would be looking forward to seeing the two of them fight. But God, and it's a tough fight. Anything could happen. Answer, man, got that punch and skill. That accuracy. Benz's cautious optimism for Bivol is not without reason. Beterbiev, though an absolute wrecking machine in the ring with a 20-0 record, all by knockout, is dealing with some concerns. The 39-year-old underwent surgery for a ruptured meniscus, a factor that cannot be ignored at his age. Recovery from such an injury could impact his performance, especially in a fight where movement and mobility will be key. Benavidez highlight this, noting that Beterbiev's usual aggressive come-forward style could be compromised if he isn't fully recovered at 33. Bull brings speed and technical brilliance that could potentially capitalize on any weaknesses Bivol might show. Bivol is younger, faster, and more precise with his punches. Benavidez continued his ability to keep opponents at bay with his jab, combined with his movement, has made him a tough puzzle to solve for Bivol, whose defense is not as polished. This could prove problematic, especially if he is unable to close the distance as effectively due to any knee issues. How are you feeling in yourself? Fit or better than ever? Yes, I'm good, thank you. My knee is good, too good, obviously. Undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world. Have you thought about that at the end of Saturday night? If that is you still. Benavidez emphasized that Beterbiev's power is a game changer, and if Bivol makes any mistakes, he could find himself in serious trouble. Despite favoring Bivol, Benz's warning to Bivol remains clear. Bivol is always one punch away from changing the entire fight. Roy Jones Jr. is another voice that issued an insightful warning to Bivol ahead of his clash with Dmitry Bivol. In a detailed breakdown, Jones offered his unique perspective on what both fighters bring to the table, especially focusing on Beterbiev's vulnerabilities and the key factors that could influence the outcome. No, not 50-50. It's one Beterbiev at 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down. Yes, we all never been down. We all been there with who at the time was pound, but